The following contains references to sleep deprivation, memory loss, death, suffering. Listener discretion is advised. An 80% attention rate is also highly recommended. AI was not used in this production. Counting Sheepzzz. Part 2. Sleep is the most innocent creature there is, and a sleepless man the most guilty. Franz Kafka. Previously on Counting Sheepzzz, Part 1.
Imagine going to bed and sleeping through the night and waking up feeling fully refreshed and ready to take on the world. It's now possible to achieve this with our Counting Sheepzzz sleep system. Sleep tight, my friend.
Police found Anna wandering the streets of Boston that night, walking like a zombie through traffic and mumbling incoherently. Will downloaded the 30-day free trial of Counting Sheepzzz, laid down on a nice comfy couch, turned on the app, and set it to the hibernation setting, the most powerful level that Counting Sheepzzz offers. He peered into this data bank and discovered the recipient of Will's outgoing brainwaves. A treasure trove of emotions and experiences from millions of unknown souls, all stored on Zorkon servers, the ghosts of people who are no longer. And now, Part 2. Robert learned more and more every day about the company. The data confirmed the design was brilliant, perfect, and ahead of its time, just as he had thought. After weeks of the malware data coming in, he discovered an entirely new section of Zorkon called the Counting Sheepzzz databank. This piqued his interest. He peered into this databank and discovered the recipient of Will's outgoing brainwaves. The tracers he embedded were in there as well. It was Zorkon's brain. The place he was searching for, but what was it collecting and how did it work? He finds the essence of the human element, what makes us who we are, all stored in the Counting Sheepzzz databank. He also realizes that this repository is constantly expanding, both in data and physical size. But most shocking of all, this vessel storing these human traits and thoughts isn't digital storage at all. Instead, it's housed in an organic mass of simulated brain tissue. Essentially, a synthetic human brain designed to mirror our own, complete with synthetic blood and pure oxygen. It floats in a huge glass container filled with a biologically rich solution of vitamins, electrolytes, and minerals, all maintained with a slight electrical charge. The massive tank glows with white light from below and pulses red each time the synthetic blood and oxygen mixture pumps through the artificial brain. A few control panels cast a dim light in the otherwise dark room. Robert realizes immediately that Zorkon's AI app can do many amazing things, but its ability to reproduce human thought, nuance, emotion, and creativity, which has always been severely lacking. But if AI could find a way to gain those traits, it would not only be equal to humans, but smarter and faster and always growing stronger. as humans grow weaker. Counting Sheepzzz is an AI predator that preys upon the human psyche. It also can hunt for potential victims, ones that fit its criterion: creative and intelligent. It uses its AI listening capabilities to find them and gives them sleep problems, so the victims look for relief and fall victim to the Counting Sheppzzz app and Zorkon. It first paralyzes you, like some predators do using venom, but this predator uses sleep waves as the neural toxin to paralyze you or put you into a deep sleep. It then extracts your human abilities, leaving your brain with a little less of you every time you use the app, until there is no you, only an empty vessel with a diagnosis of Alzheimer's and eventually death. As far as Robert can tell, AI designed and developed this predator entirely within Zorkon to overcome AI's lack of human understanding. The AI identified a problem and fixed it independently, with no human involvement whatsoever. Amazing. And fucking terrifying as hell. They need to stop this predator. But how? Will came up with a plan, and it's a brilliant one. Will and Robert created a fake persona, Dr. Marty Stover. They gave Dr. Marty 2 PhDs and made him a celebrated painter as well. Most importantly, Dr. Marty would be actively searching the web, forgetting and staying asleep. Dr. Marty's brilliant brain would serve as bait for the Counting Sheppzzz app. Behind the simulated brain lay an IP address with a hard drive full of juicy and enticing data. Will and Robert hoped the Counting Sheppzzz app would not be able to resist such a tempting target. Let's see if the Counting Sheppzzz app will take the bait. After 3 days, Robert notices probing activity on Dr. Marty's IP address, and then links Dr. Marty to articles explaining the benefits of the Counting Sheppzzz app, which show up all over Dr. Marty's online presence, and how there is a 30-day free trial he should take advantage of to sleep like a baby once again. The fish is biting. Robert and Will have the Dr. Marty persona sign up for the Counting Sheppzzz app. The hook is set. Dr. Marty's first Counting Sheppzzz session is set to the hibernation level, the highest. Robert can see the Counting Sheppzzz app actually scanning what it thinks is Dr. Marty's brain, but it is actually only a hard drive. He can see the Counting Sheppzzz app sending sleep waves into Dr. Marty's brain to have Dr. Marty sleep, and then extract information from the faux brain, or drive, as it were. But Robert and Will are also feeding their own information back to the Counting Sheppzzz app.
Let's give this AI predator a taste of its own medicine.
Robert says as he feeds more malware back into the Counting Sheppzzz app. only this time it's as abnormal protein structures, specifically amyloid plaques and tau tangles, the very proteins that are responsible for Alzheimer's. These synthesized versions become more organic once they're inside the Counting Sheppzzz app databank and Zorkon's synthetic brain. Robert and Will continue to slowly and insidiously poison the Counting Sheppzzz app over hundreds of sessions. Like an Alzheimer's patient, the Counting Sheppzzz app doesn't realize that it's losing its ability to store information and recall memories. It is becoming weaker physically and mentally. The Counting Sheppzzz app might eventually recognize that it is slowly being poisoned by the Dr. Marty character. They decide to send as much abnormal protein structure malware as possible into the Counting Sheppzzz app before it shuts them down. They increase the abnormal protein malware to 100% feed. Still, the Counting Sheppzzz app doesn't detect the malware, and as it never expected to be discovered, it really has no defense. After 3 months of being infected with the malware in conjunction with the increase to 100% feed, the Counting Sheppzzz app is losing its ability to think and reason. Users of the app no longer get relief and stop using it. The app falls out of favor and is removed from all app stores. In the end, the Counting Sheppzzz databank dies, just like all its victims. No longer able to even keep its synthetic blood and oxygen flowing. It dies in a complete state of confusion, losing all the memories it ripped from its victims. The Counting Sheppzzz databank brain looks like a dried-up prune floating in dank water. And a brown light replaces what was once the white light of life at the bottom of its tank. This, first of its kind, AI predator completely created by AI itself, not caring at all about the suffering and death it created with its intelligence, is now dead. Of course, AI's many benefits and enormous potential. But as we move more and more into this exciting additional aspect of technology, we have to ask ourselves, are we actually helping humankind, or are we removing our abilities to think, create, and be human? This time, they identified and stopped an AI predator, thanks to a couple of good Samaritans who happened to have the right tools and knowledge. But what about next time? Or the time after that? Only time will tell. What interesting and fun times we live in, yes? Until next time, horror friends. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have a problem that I just can't figure out. Maybe an AI algorithm can help me out. What do you think?
Thanks for listening to Hothead Horrors. I release a new tale once a month. Please like and subscribe to keep the horror coming. You can also listen on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen to podcasts. Stop by hotheadhorrors.com to pick up some merch if you like.